Good morning, students. Let us learn about the connective tissues. In that, first we will discuss about the skeletal tissue. Skeletal tissue together form bones, and bones together form the skeletal system. And you already know that what is the function of skeletal system. So skeletal system forms a framework of our body and it protects soft internal organs. And skeletal system consists of skull, backbone, rib cage and limbs. Limbs include hind limb and forelimb. So now let us learn about the tissue by which this skeletal system is made of. So the tissue is known as skeletal tissue and it is very strong and non-flexible tissue. You know, we cannot break a bone very easily or we cannot bend a bone very easily. That means it is non-flexible in nature. And when you have taken a cross section of a bone, you can see two portions. So innermost portion of bone is made up of spongy bone and there are many cavities are present inside the spongy bone. Hence it is called a spongy bone. And the outer harder and denser portion that surrounds the spongy bone is known as compact bone. Now let us discuss more detail about the structure of compact bone. So compact bone is composed of many cylinder-like structures called osteon. If you look at the slide, you can see the picture of osteon. So osteon is a cylinder-like structures and you can see there are different layers that wrap around each other and form the osteon. And this multiple layers that form osteon is known as lamellae. And if you look at the picture, at the center of lamellae or at the center of osteon, you can see a canal and that canal is called a Haversian canal. And osteon is also known as Haversian system. So the canal which is present at the center of the osteon is known as Haversian canal that consists of blood vessels, lymph vessels and nerves. And skeletal tissue is made up of a dense matrix or it is composed of a dense matrix on which bone cells are embedded. And this matrix is made up of calcium and phosphorus and they are very dense in nature. And there are tiny little holes present in matrix which is known as canaliculae and that helps in the communication between cells. And bone cells are also called osteocytes. Let us discuss about cartilage tissue. Cartilage is a elastic, flexible tissue present at the tip of the bones at the joints. And already you have learned in lower classes, the main function of cartilage is to protect the bone from tear and wear. So it is semi-transparent and elastic, flexible tissue. Mature cartilage is relatively solid and its one more function is there that it's maintain the shape and flexibility of the organ and also support the structures, and it has a solid matrix made up of sugar and proteins, and the cells which are embedded on the matrix is known as chondrocytes. You can see the picture of a chondrocytes very clearly. And cartilage is present mainly in the nose, ear, trachea, etc. So it is a flexible part of our body. Now let us differentiate between skeletal tissue and cartilage. And one more thing, this is a very important question that can come in exam. And one more thing, the structure of skeletal tissue or the structure of cartilage, they won't ask you directly. Always the question can come in this way. Haversian canal is associated with the dash tissue. The cell of cartilage is known as dash. Or what are osteocytes? In that way questions will come. They will not ask you to describe the structure of skeletal tissue or describe the structure of cartilage. But there one important question is that they can ask you the ground matrix of skeletal tissue is made up of dash and the ground matrix of cartilage is made up of dash and dash. So in this way question can come. Now let us look into the difference between skeletal tissue and cartilage. So skeletal tissue is strong and non-flexible tissue, but cartilage is soft and flexible tissue. And in skeletal tissue, cells are embedded in hard matrix composed of calcium and phosphorus. But in cartilage, the cells are embedded in solid matrix composed of protein and sugars. And you can see that there are a lot of intercellular space between the cells. Intercellular space means the space between cell is called the intercellular space. And the main function of skeletal system is to form a framework that supports the body and anchors the muscles and support the main organs of the body. And the function of cartilage is to smoothen bone surfaces at the joints. And the location of skeletal tissue is skeletal system, and cartilage is present in nose, larynx, trachea and ear. Larynx means that is the sound box. So these are the major difference between skeletal tissue and cartilage that you have to learn for exam. Now let us discuss about another connective tissues. One is areolar and another one is adipose tissue. Once you look at the picture, you can see areolar tissue, that is a loose connective tissue, consists of macrophage, fibroblast, collagen fibers and mast cells. And adipose tissue, you can see that they consist of large cells called adipocytes that contains fat globules in it. So it acts as a fat reservoir. Now let us compare between areolar tissue and adipose tissue. Areolar tissue is a type of loose connective tissue that is widely distributed in the body and contains collagen fibers, reticular fibers and few elastic fibers. And adipose tissue is a specialized type of loose connective tissue that functions as the major storage site for fat. And areolar tissue occurs between the skin and muscles and around the blood vessels and nerves. And adipose tissue occurs below the skin and around the internal organs. Areolar tissue consists of different kinds of cells that already we have discussed, and adipose tissue consists of only one kind of cells that are called adipocytes. And already I told adipocytes are filled with the fat globules. And areolar tissue's main function is to fill the space inside the organs and supports internal organ and helps in the repair of tissues. Adipose tissue acts as a fat reservoir and heat